Hello, I'm Dave DC Huet here for Fantasy Basketball Analyzer, and I'm here to help you get ready for Week 9 of the Fantasy Basketball season. I did a video yesterday breaking down all of the schedule and lineups and good streaming teams. If you want to check that out, I'll link it here right now. And because of that, I'm not going to talk about streamers as much in the Daily Change League stuff, so really go check out the other video. Also, the schedule I'm going to show today, the link to it's all in the other video, so don't skip watching it. We're going to work the waiver wire to try and find you some pieces that work for this week and for season long. So it's going to be, a mix of upside, and you guys know how the show goes. I don't need to explain it. Let's get into it. One of the top names that I'm seeing out there on the internet, big pickup, is Nerlens Noel. He's at 53% rostered, so he's actually above my lineup cutoff. If he's out there in yours and you need blocks, great. I'm actually not that high on picking up Nerlens. I think it's fine, but I don't think the automatic minutes scale the way we would expect. Like, he's a per minute monster. He gets all these blocks, but he just had his minutes increase and the blocks didn't increase. He's still great for blocks and probably going to be really solid for steals if you want that specialist. But the points and rebounds are going to be low depending on what you're going for. Like, it can be pretty rough. Moving off of Nerlens, I thought about just coming out today and making the Week 9 video the exact same guys I talked about for Week 8. And this isn't just a pat myself on the back that it went well, but their ownership still isn't really high enough. So I just want to mention those names so that you guys aren't skipping over players that might be more viable. Jakob has been up and down, but last game, Friday night, 14 points, 12 rebounds, 3 steals, 3 blocks. That's awesome to get from your center. He's 44% rostered, so you can pick him up in most leagues. Maybe not in yours, because hopefully you already listened and picked him up. It's going to be up and down, though. The game before, he only had 4 points, 5 rebounds. But he still got you the 2 blocks. So he's contributing, a big get at your center position, and he's available. There's a good chance he's going to try and sort of run away with this job. So it might be more than just this one little pickup. Now, he's only got 3 games this week. So you make the call for what you need. Josh Jackson, talked about him last week, still only 49% rostered, been playing really well. You go give him a look in Detroit. We're going to talk about another Detroit player that's hot, but Josh Jackson's still worth the pickup. He's not a scrub. Well, maybe he seemed like it other years, but he's not right now. You can pick him up and own him. And Kendrick Nunn, 42% rostered. I talked about Kenny Olynyk in the other video because I thought he's a good pickup and stream, but Kendrick Nunn's been getting it done. It's been a weird season. But he's got 4 games. He's 42% rostered. You pick him up and play him. Enough of the guys that we already talked about. I just wanted to touch on them because they might still be out there. And the rest of the guys are going to be a bit deeper, a bit more bargain bin, maybe. And I wanted to make sure you guys had the fresh in your mind in case you're new to the channel and didn't see that video. Let's talk about the new guys. First up, I got Grayson Allen, rostered in 9% of leagues. He's on a little tear right now since he's been back from that injury. So his last game, he had 23 points, but most importantly, 6 3-pointers. He's had at least a steal in every game. So even his first game back, when he only went for 8 points and 2 rebounds, still gets you 2 threes and a steal. So it's going to get you a lot of points and threes and steals, and that's a pretty good pickup. 9% rostered. Memphis has 4 games this week. They get to play New Orleans, which you like the matchup, OKC, Detroit, and Phoenix. You're not really scared of those, Phoenix being the best of them. But Grayson Allen is worth a look. 9%. You can play him this week and probably hang on to him a little longer. I don't think it's going to be a season-long you start winning because you've got Grayson Allen. If you want some more diverse stats, I talked about him in yesterday's video, but Jae'Sean Tate, 18% rostered. He's been getting about 7 rebounds a game lately, so 16 points, 17 rebounds. He's not getting you as many threes and steals, so it might not really be what you're looking for in the shooting guard. In category league, if you're punting or something, this could be a weird fit depending on the ability of your team. But a shooting guard that's shooting 63% is pretty useful. So you might want to give him a look. Sticking with the guards, I'd give a look to MCW, Michael Carter-Williams. He had a really good game on Friday, 21 points, 7 rebounds, 7 assists in his return to action, basically. He did all that in only 27 minutes. The thing is he was in there by default because they didn't have Fultz. They didn't have Cole Anthony. Well, we know they don't have Fultz. They didn't have Fultz. They didn't have Cole Anthony. So Michael Carter-Williams got to run it, and it really worked out. 18% rostered. You can pick him up. Now, the thing is Orlando only has 3 games. One of those is against the Knicks, who have a slower pace, so you're not super excited about it. So I don't know how well it's going to work out for this week. But if he does keep putting up numbers like this and you don't grab him this week, he's probably not going to be there for you. So I'm a little on the fence about it because I want to give you, if it's a streaming spot, players that you're churning over, like he's not going to have the impact for you this week that I think some of the other guys will. But there's the good chance that he could have a good solid season-long usefulness if you wanted to pick him up right now. So I had to include him in my list. If you're looking for a big man, we got to go to Phoenix, which maybe is a little funny to say. But I don't know which guy to recommend. You might have to flip a coin. If I have recorded this video yesterday, it was going to be Frank Kaminsky, 11% rostered. He's starting, pick him up, run with it, which is still possible. He did still start last night on the 13th, but he only played 11 minutes. Dario Saric is back. Dario Saric got 20 minutes, and he had a better game. You know, the 15-2-4, you want more than 2 rebounds from your big, but he also got 4 steals, and you're never going to complain about that from any position. Dario Saric is 10% owned. They're right there in the same realm. I think I'd go Dario. Overall, I think Saric is probably a better player and will get more minutes by playing both backup center. But Phoenix is looking to play these 2 bigs. If they keep starting Frank Kaminsky, if that's a 3-man rotation, they all might be viable, not volatile, although they might be volatile. They all might be viable as like a deep fantasy roster big man spot. So I give Saric and Frank Kaminsky a look. The last guy on my list is going to be a really boom bust. And you probably thought it was coming because I already mentioned another Detroit guy, Saddiq Bey. He had a huge game, the game of his life, or more likely the game of his very young career. 30 points, 12 rebounds with 7 threes, and he shot 83%, which is amazing. But you can't expect that to keep going forward all the time. There's a good chance him and Josh Jackson can coexist for fantasy. They definitely can coexist on the team and be viable options. He's 12% rostered, but it's definitely boom bust. So how much I endorse him is really going to depend on what you have to give up, right? Jeremy Lamb, I see people bailing on him, cutting him because has up and down games. He's around 49% rostered. I think I'd still rather have Lamb than Saddiq Bey after this one game. Now I'm recording this on Sunday. He hasn't played New Orleans yet today. Maybe that'll change if he puts a couple games together. Whereas Alec Burks, 29% rostered, I think I'd cut bait with that for the upside of Saddiq Bey. So you got to weigh this, one game flash in the pan, because there's a good chance he's going to be somewhere in between, Jae'Sean Tate and Grayson Allen, who we already talked about, which is good. That's solid. If you're getting a lot of points, but not really the steals and blocks out of them, is that what you want for your team in a points league? Absolutely. So it depends on what you're looking for here, but 12% rostered, I couldn't do this video without talking about him. And I couldn't do these videos without you guys. So thanks for watching. If you're still here, please subscribe if you haven't, and go out and win your week. Thank you so much for watching. If you made it this far, please hit the like button and leave a comment down below. It helps me grow the channel. If you want more videos like this, hit subscribe or even the little bell will give you alerts, and I'll be back soon with another video for you.